Hello everybody, Rob here, Average Investing, or whatever. The last video I posted was all about me planning or theorizing that I was going to buy every single monthly dividend paying stock on the stock market. Canadian stock market, specifically the Toronto Stock Exchange. Well, as you can see, you can pause at any point if you want. I have a list of all 152 monthly dividend paying stocks from the Toronto Stock Exchange, from the Toronto Ventures Exchange, and then there's another one. Either way, there's technically four stock markets here in Toronto. Technically, I think two of them are basically just doubled. One is basically just the NASDAQ. But you got Neo, Ventures, the Toronto Stock Exchange itself, and then I can't remember what the fourth one is. It's basically the CNX, TSE, TSX, and Neo. Of the four, I dropped Neo. And I dropped the Venture, I think it was the Ventures Exchange. One of them I dropped because it's basically just doubled. One of them is trying to compete with, is basically a competitor with the Toronto Stock Exchange. So it's basically just the same companies, but just less companies. So there's no point in investing in the same company twice. So I went through, and every single one of these 152 companies are registered on the Toronto Stock Exchange. Pay a regular, here's regular monthly dividend, meaning that they've paid a monthly dividend constantly for the last 10 months. There's a lot of them that have been starting to pay a monthly dividend, but then you look and they pay it, then they don't pay it for a couple months, and they pay it, blah, blah, blah. So, here is the plan. I'm going to start with the highest yields and work my way down. The plan is I'm going to be limiting myself to $100 a month, and I'm only allowed to buy one at a time, which actually isn't that bad. I'm probably going to buy in the first month, which would be next month, probably 5 or 6. I'll be using my Simply Wall Street account to track and modify these things. I would use Wealthsimple, but Wealthsimple caps me at buys when it comes to volume, meaning if a stock doesn't have a good enough volume, they actually won't allow me to buy it, meaning that not enough people are buying or selling it, basically. Some of them are actually based on cap as well, market cap, so that kind of sucks. Because some of these stocks are like 2 cents, 3 cents, 10 cents, 45 cents. So in the first month alone, I'm pretty sure that in the first few months I'm going to get this done, or a big chunk of them done. I'm not too sure if I want to do it, say, going symbol alphabetical. Do I want to do it name alphabetical? Or do I want to do it via the yield, biggest yield to the smallest yield? Because what will happen is if I do biggest yield to smallest yield, it'll actually be pretty easy for me. Because some of these companies pay significantly, and, well, then again, it's actually not much, right? Like FFN is paying 19. Let's take a look at FFN real quick. Technically, it's at 20% now because the price has gone down. But I think they just pay a steady 10 cents, right? 11.3. So that's the thing, right? Like this one pays $1.13 or $1.13. Sorry, 11 cents. So theoretically, it's not that much money, but all built up, right? If I have like 8 or 9 different stocks and they're all paying like 10, 20 cents, that'll be a couple bucks, which means the next month I can buy one extra stock. And basically, it'll be maybe an extra stock and a bit. Have a little bit of money left over, so the next month I can buy 2 stocks. That's one of the good things kind of about the whole compounded interest when it comes to dividend paying stocks, is that it's that little bit of build-up and addition every little month. It helps. It makes things a little bit better, a little bit easier. But yeah, so with that in mind, the list is done. So today is Friday, the 29th. I will be putting up my first video on the 2nd, or at least recording it on the 2nd, where I'll be noting which stocks I bought and how many I got in the first day. So once again, the first month. So once again, $100. Probably going to start with the biggest dividend payings first off. So probably going to be working our way down this way. Once again, $100 is what we got to start with. I also got to make myself up a spreadsheet, just showing how much these things are doing. Yeah, the plan is just to buy them and own them. One of each. So at the end of the whole thing, we will own 152 shares of monthly dividend paying stock. And we'll own 1 stock in 152 different companies. Now, you're probably looking at it going, 152 shares. That's a lot. That's a lot. No, it's not. To put in that perspective, I have over 2,000 shares in 1 or 2 of the companies on this list. So, I think this is actually going to be a lot easier than I thought. And now that I'm looking at it, I might... Well, we'll see. We'll see how fast I get into this list here. If I end up getting it too quickly and getting it done way too fast, we're going to go into basically any stock that pays a dividend, whether it be quarterly or monthly. I'm going to ignore semi-annual and annual. That's only because that company only happened to pay off a stock a dividend once in a year, which means that's never guaranteed. Whenever you see annual or semi-annual, don't trust it. I always look at quarterly and monthly, and that's it when it comes to dividends. Because if they pay an annual dividend, it comes down to too much of the nervousness, basically, I guess, on my part, where you're looking at it going, I have to hold this stock for an entire year, and you might pay out a dividend. Well, these ones, there's less of a risk of 3 months or 1 month, right? If all of a sudden European Residential Real Estate Investment Trust decides, hey, we're not paying out a dividend anymore, I'm only out a couple weeks, right? Because then I can switch that money over to somebody else. Whereas an annual, you're holding that for 6 to 8 months minimum, and then they're like, oh, hey, by the way, yeah, we're not paying out a dividend next month. It's like, okay, well, I just held it for 10 months. I could have had that in something else that was paying a dividend every month or every other month or every quarter. I don't think anyone pays every other month, like bi-monthly. But you basically do monthly, quarterly, semi-annual, or annual. So basically every 12 months, 6 months, 3 months, or 1 month. But yeah, nice little passive income hopefully from all this. We'll have to see. With that in mind, thanks for watching, everybody. It has begun. Let's see how much of a mess I can cause. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.